My brothers, my sisters, my kinfolk, my Nijis, what it do, fam? What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Y'all already know, back at you again, dropping another one. I'm actually out here in Kentucky right now, just waiting, patiently waiting, and matter of fact, y'all already know what I like to do, so I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and get, straight up into it and everything, cause man. Today is Wednesday, so I like to give thanks to the planet Mercury. I like to give thanks to the Creator, Sophia. I like to give thanks to Gatekeeper, Azazel. I like to give thanks to Moon Goddess, Lilith. I like to give thanks to Lord Tahuti. I like to give thanks to Goddess Isis. I like to give thanks to Goddess Hathor. I like to give thanks to God Ra. I like to give thanks to Goddess Lakshmi. I like to give thanks to Lord Ganesh. I like to give thanks to Lord Krishna. I like to give thanks to Goddess Basset. I like to give thanks to Lord Hanuman. I like to give thanks to the Jade Emperor. I like to give thanks to the Jade Empress. I like to give thanks to Moon Goddess Selene. I like to give thanks to Thunderbird. I like to give thanks to Oshun. I like to give thanks to Shango. I like to give thanks to the Jade Empress. I also like to give thanks to my higher self. I also like to give thanks to all the gods and goddesses that are known and unknown on this day. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, fam. Yesterday was a very, very interesting day. I actually had recorded this video previously, uploaded it and everything, but I don't know, it was like a glitch in the Matrix. So I said, fuck it, by today being Wednesday, Mercury Day, I got the dark blue on, so I'm about to hit y'all with a real deep intellect. Y'all ain't catching on. Intellect conversation. In this soapbox, I'm going to talk about fear and fearfulness. Out the gate, I'm just going to say my opinion. I personally believe that, okay, fear and fearfulness is all together as one. It's an entity, okay? It's an entity that drives and feeds off of people's weakness. So let me go ahead and bust these definitions down. Now, these definitions and some of everything that I have written down came out of the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, Charles Fillmore. So if don't nobody believe what the fuck I'm saying, buy the book and look the shit up yourself. When you get the dictionary, just look up the word fear, and everything, you'll see everything. But fear, painful emotion marked by alarm. Fear is one of the most subdued, distractive error that the carnal mind in man or woman experience. That's kind of self-explanatory, so I'm really not gonna get too in deep with that one. But everybody pretty much know, you might have a fear of doing something. I gotta go back to my younger days. I had a fear of approaching a certain female. I had a fear also of driving semi-trucks. I had a fear of, kind of didn't know where things was going to go between wifey and myself before we got married. I had a fear. I had, and a lot of people actually put themselves in I call a little magical square box, and you in the middle of this magical square box, and you're just so afraid, you know, to step outside of that box because of that fear, you know. But a lot of times, why ain't he gonna say a lot of all the times that you do break outside of that box, that's when your eyes are opened up and you see everything around you. And then you say, I'm not afraid. I am not afraid. I'm not afraid. That's affirmation right there also. Fearfulness. State of mind that is full of fear. Now, before I go any further, you know, well, y'all don't know, but I'm always referring back to what I call the 3 big I's. The 3 big I's are intellect. I said intellect earlier, getting going. Intuition and imagination. The way how this world is set up right now, the ones that are really running everything, they tell you if you are intellect or not. They come up with this system that's really designed, that they design, that's really not meant for you to succeed whatsoever, regardless of wherever you at, where I'm going with this. But this system that they set up, you go through, well, some went through preschool, some went through elementary school, some went through junior high or middle school. This, you know, everybody went through high school. And then from there, this system has always told you, if you want to be someone, if you want to have something in life, if you want to be more than the average Joe or the blue collar worker, college is for you. You can do whatever you want. You can major, you can minor, whatever you want, and there you go. Like I said, the system has always told people what their intellect is, but it ain't true. Everything that they have always said has been a lie from the get-go. Everything. Your intellect has been a fucking lie. You can real talk. I mean, let's I'm gonna keep it real with you. When I was in trucking school, yes, I had that fear. But after I had overcame that fear, that's when my higher self had revealed to me, you can do and be whatever you choose and whatever you want to do. You just have to use your mind or your intellect and you can achieve it. So, you know, for someone that goes to college, and I'm not knocking anyone, because hell, both of my sisters and I got other family members, you know, that went to college, and I'm not knocking any of them or anyone that chooses to go to school. Hell, my niece, my youngest niece, she's in school right now. My oldest niece, she graduated from school. So, you know, I'm not knocking anyone that chooses to go that path. I'm just saying, you don't have to go to a 4-year college in order to be successful. Let me keep on going with this. The next big I is intuition. Now, intuition is your heart. Intuition, matter of fact, by intuition being your heart, your emotions is in your heart. Now, y'all might say, well, how was that? Now, let me go back to the definition of fearfulness, because it's still more that I have to read. Fearfulness is a parasite. It drives away divine guidance and produces weakness of the heart. Let me just repeat them last couple of words. Produces weakness of the heart. Fearfulness produces weakness of the heart. That's how and this whole thing with the jab. They are putting fear and fearfulness into people's minds and also in their hearts. So now with the intuition, people are sitting up here thinking and also believing, because now that emotion is kicking in from their heart on the lines of, man, what are we going to do next year? What are we going to do 5 and 10 years from now? Etc., etc. So that's it right there. Imagination. When it comes to the imagination, they have basically destroyed everybody's imagination. Now, y'all might say, well, Keenan, what you mean they destroyed everybody's imagination? They destroyed everybody's imagination because if you're, hell, working, you got kids, you got bills, etc., etc., you don't have time to kind of, think about or even dream about certain goals and ambition, because your mind is so clouded and so focused on working, taking care of your kids, taking care of yourself, taking care of your spouse, looking out for your friends and your loved ones, etc., etc., etc. So you don't have no imagination, no more. Now, to give a solution to all of this bullshit, it's like this, fam. This is in the book also. It says, blessed are those who deny ignorance and fear and affirm the presence and power of the Spirit. Let me repeat. Blessed are those who deny ignorance and fear. Now, deny ignorance and fear. When you deny the ignorance part, in other words, what they're saying is, you use your own intellect. You don't go off of someone else's intellect. You don't look or go for somebody to validate you. You validate your own goddamn self. That's one. The fear. When it comes to the fear part, that's your intuition. You deny that bullshit, because you have to remember, it produces weakness of your heart. In other words, your emotion, it gets you down. It weighs you down. So you have to ignore that shit. You have to overlook that shit. You have to be very fucking optimistic to be a better person of that shit. And then when it comes to the imagination, you need to go back like when you was a child. You need to have a childlike imagination. When God damn it, I know for a fact what I'm about to say is about to hit at home with everybody. When we was all kids, we probably all used to sit around and daydream and say, oh, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna do that. I know I did. I used to tell myself I was going to be the greatest NFL football running back. I was going to be the best rapper ever alive. and I was going to be a brilliant architect, because, I'm into that architect also. I told myself I was going to do a lot. I had big dreams. I had very big ambitions. Well, I'm grown now. Have I accomplished all of them? No, I haven't, but I'm still dreaming. I still have big dreams. I still have bigger goals. And one goal that has, and I can say this, one goal that has always been there from day one, that is still here now, is basically being a servant to others and helping them find their way the best way that I possibly can. I have a lot of friends that I call brothers and sisters. A lot of them contact me asking me for advice a lot of time. And I remember telling this one particular brother that I did a spiritual consultation with, I said, I want to be able to give them the right answers if they ask. And if I don't have the right answers, I could be able to turn to a book or someone else that will lead them in the right direction. So, imagination. And at the end of the day, fam, like I said, this whole thing about the jab and jobs and this and that, man, fuck that shit. I'm not sitting up here saying don't care or about it whatsoever. I am saying, famous words of my daddy, Pops. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything and everything. Have your own intellect. Have your own intuition. Matter of fact, listen to your own intuition. Take yourself back to a childlike imagination, and you gonna be all right. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. About to chill out, grab this book. Matter of fact, let me grab this book right here. Do a little bit of reading. Also, I did forget to mention, I put an insert in the beginning of everything. It'll fuck a lot of y'all up, but 666 ain't really what you think. But that's gonna be another video. But I put in there 777, and as you see, it talks about release fear. So release fear, fam. That's it. My brothers, my sisters, my kinfolk, my Nijis, I appreciate it. And I thank you for taking time out of your day to listen and to watch my copper tone ass. Peace, love, and joy. Holla.